Shalom, brothers and sisters, from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to this beautiful new episode of Tuko Tayari, and I hope you're well. I hope the Lord has been with you. He has been blessing you. He has been guiding you, and I hope He has been gracious to you. Last episode, we were able to look at actually chapter 41 of the book of Genesis. And we were reading the story of Pharaoh and Joseph and Pharaoh's dreams and how Joseph rised from the prison into becoming second in command. And the Bible talks of so beautiful things or so many beautiful things about Joseph. And actually we were able to draw a few lessons from it. And I was encouraging you to be patient with God, to be waiting upon Him, because He has a good plan for us. It doesn't matter how much time He has taken, but we are assured that He is faithful and will bring everything that He has started and begun in us into accomplishment. And today we look at chapter 42. And the Bible actually my Bible has given it a sub-heading, Joseph's brothers go to Egypt. And this is what actually the Bible says. When Jacob learned that there was a grain in Egypt, he sent his sons. He said to his sons, why do you just keep looking at each other? He continued, I have heard that there is grain in Egypt. Go down there and buy some for us so that we may live and not die. Then the 10 Joseph's brothers went down to buy grain from Egypt. But Jacob did not send Benjamin, Joseph's brother, with the others, because he was afraid that harm might come to him. So Israel's sons were among those who went to buy grain for there was famine in the land of Canaan also. Verse 6 records, now Joseph was the governor of the land, the person who sold grain to all the people. So when Joseph's brothers arrived, they bowed down to him with their faces on the ground to the ground. As soon as Joseph saw his brothers, he recognized them, but he pretended to be a stranger and spoke harshly to them. Where do you come from? He asked. From the land of Canaan, they replied, to buy food. Although Joseph recognized his brothers, they did not recognize him. Then he remembered his dreams about them, and he said to them, you are spies. You have come to see where our land is unprotected. No, my lord, they answered. Your servants have come to buy food. We are all sons of one man. Your servants are honest, not spies. No, he said to them, you have come to see where our land is unprotected. They replied, your servants were 12 brothers, the sons of one man, who lives in the land of Canaan. The youngest is now with our father, one is no more. Verse 14 records, Joseph said to them, it is just as I told you, you are spies. This is how you will be tested, as surely as Pharaoh lives. You will not leave this place unless your youngest brother comes here. Send one of your members to get your brother. The rest you will be kept in prison, so that your words may be tested. See if you are telling the truth. If you are not, then surely as Pharaoh lives, you are spies. And he put them in custody for 3 days. On the third day, Joseph said to them, do this, you will live, for I fear God. If you are honest men, let one of your brothers stay here in prison, while the rest of you go take grain back to your starving households. But you must bring your youngest brother to me, so that your word may be verified, that you may not die. This is this they proceeded to do. They said to one another, "Surely we are being punished because of our brother. We saw how distressed he was when he pleaded with us for his life, but we would not listen. That's why this distress has come to us." Reuben replied, "Didn't I tell you not to sin against the boy? But you wouldn't listen. Now you must give an accounting for his blood." This they did not realize that Joseph could understand them, since he was using an interpreter. He returned away from them and began to weep. But then came back and spoke to them again. He said he had Simeon taken from them and bound before their eyes. Joseph gave orders to fill their bags with grains, to put each man's silver bag in the sack, and give them provision for their journey. After this was done for them, they loaded their grain on their donkey and left. At the place where they stopped for the night, one of them opened the sack to get feed for his donkey, and saw his silver on the mouth of his sack. "My silver has been returned," he said to his brothers. "Here it is in my sack." Their hearts sank, and they turned to each other and trembling, and said, "What is this that God has done to us?" Verse 29 records, "When they came to their father Jacob in Canaan, in the land of Canaan, they told him all that had happened to them. They said, 'The man who is the Lord over the land spoke harshly to us and treated us though we were spying on the land, but said to him, "We are honest men, we are not spies. We were 12 brothers, sons of one father. One is no more, one is the youngest, and the youngest is now with our father in Canaan." Verse 33 records, "Then the man who is the Lord over the land said to us, 'This is how I will know whether you are honest men. Leave one of your brother here with me, and take food to your starving households and go. But bring your youngest brother to me, so that I will know that you are not spies, but honest men. Then I will give your brother back to you, and you will trade in the land.'" As they were emptying their sacks, there in each man's sack was a punch of silver. When they and their father saw the money pouches, they were frightened. The father Jacob said to them, "You have deprived me of my children. Joseph is no more, Simeon is no more, and now you want to take Benjamin. Everything is against me." Then Reuben said to his father, "You may put both of my sons to death if I do not bring him back to you. Entrust him to my care, and I will bring him back." But Jacob said, "My son will not go down with you. His brother is dead, and he is the only one left. If harm comes to him on the journey you are taking will bring my gray head down to grave in sorrow." Brothers and sisters, this is a very beautiful chapter, just to see a dream coming to pass. This dream, of course, of Joseph in chapter 37 is being fulfilled here. And the brothers come after the famine had come, and of course the father had sent them to go and look for food. And immediately they come, actually when they reach out, they get into the land, the Bible says that they bowed down to Joseph, their brother. And this is what happens. Joseph recognizes them immediately when they come, but they did not recognize him. So what happens? He says, "You guys are spies." And they say, no, master, we are not spies. And he even forces them actually to tell him who they are. And they say, we are sons of one man, we were 12 of us, but one of them is no more, and the youngest is with our father, and we have come here to buy food. And he takes them, actually, he is very serious with them. Actually, he takes them and binds them in prison for 3 complete days. And on that day, he takes them out and says, now, what you're going to do, you're going to live for me one person. It is because I am a God-fearing man, and I will do this for you. So live for me one of your brothers, go with food, take them to your healing families. Then actually, when you're coming back for your brother, you will bring your last born brother to me. And Joseph is doing this actually to confirm that his youngest brother was there, and his father. And actually, they put food into their sacks, and of course instructs that the silver is taken back to their sacks, and they go. And on their way, actually, one of them decides to feed his donkey, and he notices, it's like my silver is back here. What is happening? And when they actually talk to each other, they tremble. And when they tell this to their father is actually frightened by this. And when they get home and empty their sacks, they notices actually all of them, actually their sacks and their silver back in a pouch. And they tell this to their father. And their father says, now you've decided to bring distress in my last days, and I will not allow you to go with my son to the journey, because anything might happen to him, and the other one you already killed. So how do I live here? And of course, the father, the chapter ends by the father refusing Reuben to go with his son actually to Egypt. Brothers and sisters, this is just a continuation of the story that I was telling you about, that he who began the good work in you will bring it into accomplishment. Look at Joseph now in his position. His brothers are coming, the 10 of them. What are they doing? They are bowing down to him in accordance to what actually he had dreamt in chapter 37 of this book, that he will actually rule over them. And they bow down to him, of course, not knowing that it is Joseph. He instructs them, he even takes them to prison. There's nothing they can do about it. But look at Joseph. He is trying actually to be so kind to them. He even ensures that actually they do not buy the food and send them back to their father. And what is happening in this chapter, Joseph is trying actually to bring into their minds the recognition of who he is, and of course where God had blessed him. Because I'm sure that these people would not have appreciated Joseph if they had come and recognized them and said, my brothers, come, it is me. They would not have actually understood what God had done to his life. But at this time, because he had this opportunity, he ensured that he has made them to understand where God has blessed him. And of course, he ensured that actually they appreciate God, of course, in the later chapters when they recognize that it is their brother. Now, of course, we see their father, of course, being in great grief when he's told that one of his sons is still in prison, and the commander has sent for the other son. And the father is not actually comfortable with releasing Benjamin to go with them. My brothers and sisters, this is just to encourage us. Look at where Joseph is now seated. God is able to do exceedingly above what we can think of. He is exceedingly above, actually able to do above anything that we can ever think of. The Bible keeps on affirming us that he actually owns 1,000 cattle, or 1,000 cattle in mountain or in 1,000 hills, one of the two. And actually this is to show of how is abundance actually in terms of providence, how is able to provide for us. He has it in abundance. He is able actually to give anything that we can ever think of, and we can pray. And this is where the secret is. The secret is being faithful and waiting for him. Whatever he has called us to, let us remain in that course. Imagine, brothers and sisters, we will get where we want to be, because God is able actually to take us where actually he requires to be. I am pretty sure, I keep on telling people, I am not where I was yesterday. I am sure that God actually is serving me into a better place each and every day. So long as you remain into the course, you remain into what he has called you into. May He help us actually to be able to hold on to Him and always walk in accordance to the way He instructs us. May He be with us, may He lead us, and may He bless us in all things. Shalom, brothers and sisters.